So, Dr. Costin, why don't you start out by sharing a little bit about your business and what you do?
So I own Fulton County Vet Clinic in Rochester, Indiana, like northern Indiana. Pretty rural area, town of 6,000, so not very big, but a small animal, an exotic animal general practice. I'm the owner, and then there's one other doctor. Um, so two doctor practice, soon to be three doctor practice, thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
Um, so just wanted to grow my practice. It had been one doctor practice before I bought it, and then the previous owner stayed on till for 2 years after I bought it, and retired at 80 years old, so he was ready to be done.
I imagine we all would be.
Yes, yeah.
That's great. So, tell me, what was your main concern about partnering with Beyond Just You whenever you first signed on?
So I was worried you guys were going to be like every other recruiter, where you just want to throw a warm body at me and have them sign so that way you guys can get paid. Which is also why I was happy that I paid you half up front. Um, and then the rest for signing. So because a lot of recruiters will be like, well, you're not gonna get, like, we don't get paid until we find you a doctor. So then they're just constantly throwing doctors at you to get you to sign somebody so they can make a paycheck. And also cost wise, you guys are definitely cheaper than the other recruiters, because most recruiters want like 50% of the first year's salary for the doctor they signed. Um, so that, again, my biggest concern was just you guys trying to throw a warm body at me, but I felt like you listened to what I wanted in a doctor, and we worked through it together and worked on the ad together. So I feel like you guys listened to me really well, and you also communicated really well, just updating me every couple of weeks with what was going on. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have to say, not to be biased or anything, but I would say, Dr. Costin, hands down, you're probably one of my favorite practice owners to work with. So, and I tell
Thanks.
everybody that in the office.
Thanks.
So tell me a little bit about where you were in your recruiting process before you started working with Beyond Just You.
So it was primarily, I think we did a little bit on AVMA, Indeed, those types of places for job ads, but we had very few hits. Honestly, most of the hits we did have were people who didn't actually have a degree, like weren't DVMs. So it was people just not paying attention to the ad and throwing their hat in the ring. I think we had one Middle Eastern veterinarian apply, but obviously he wouldn't be able to actually practice medicine for a while. So it didn't get a ton of hits, and it was at a time when everybody was still um, just scrambling to find doctors. So, and I felt, given that we're in a rural area, it's a town of 6,000. There's not a whole lot. Like, we're not near a big city. There's not a whole lot to draw people here. So I knew it was going to take a while to find a doctor. And obviously, you guys found a doctor quicker for me than I thought was going to happen. So
We work efficiently over here.
yeah.
So ultimately, what did you find as a result for working with us?
So signed a doctor. She's a great personality. I think she'll be an awesome fit. She's a new grad, so there'll be some mentorship there, but she also is considering ownership down the road, which would be awesome if she wants to step into my role eventually, and we can partner, and then she can be my exit strategy, which would be freaking amazing. Um, so no, she's really really awesome. I think you did a real good job vetting her, and I appreciate that you guys took a large part of that off my plate, with interviewing and vetting people before you gave them to me to interview further. So I really appreciate that. That made my life so much easier because I have so much going on already. So like, I thought the process with you guys was seamless, and I loved it. I recommend anybody who's looking for a recruiter. I definitely recommend them to you. So
Oh, awesome. I love that. So I know that you had just mentioned that, she is going to be hopefully looking at, partnership down the road, hopefully your exit strategy. So how do you feel like bringing her into the fold is going to help you as far as success goes and, what you'll be able to achieve?
so I definitely, with having a young family, I'd like to take. I only take a half day off right now. I'd like to take at least a full day off a week, so that'll give me a little bit more family time. I also have some passion projects. Like, I love to get into orthopedics that I don't have time to train on. don't have time to invest that time or money in. And with having a third doctor, that allowed me to work on some of these passion projects, also help generate more revenue for the business because orthopedics are pretty big uh, revenue generating market there. So it'll just help me grow the business in general in many ways, bring in my revenue, help me take better care of myself and my family, and just aim for retirement. So I love what I do, but I'm a planner. Like I'm always planning and scheming about like what's gonna happen 5, 10 years down the road. So trying to plan.
Yeah, and hopefully when you get sick, you're not trying to chug a monster and whip out a couple surgeries whenever
Yes,
you need to be
yeah.
resting.
And a big thing about only having two doctors is if one of us was going to conference, because I'm going to a business meeting for a week in Hawaii in a couple weeks. We don't have anybody available to do surgery. So because that other doctor has to see appointments. So with having three doctors, even with one doctor being out, we'll always have somebody do surgery, always have somebody do appointments. So
Yeah, so you feel like you can step away from your business and it be in good hands.
yeah, yeah, and just have enough staff to actually cover everything.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Are you taking your family to Hawaii or is it just you? You rolling solo?
My wife. So my wife's a practice manager. So it's
Okay.
we're doing a
Yep.
business meeting for 3 days, but we're staying there for a week. So a couple
Nice.
days before, a couple days after. And these people, they're in like their 40s and 50s. And the first time I met them, because it's a well managed practice group, the first time I met them, I was like, we'll see how this goes. They can party. They have a good time. So our Facebook nickname is the Well Marinated Practice Group. So
That's
yeah,
so good. You think you're gonna be able to
yeah.
hang?
It's they stay up late. They party harder than I do sometimes. I'm like, I gotta get up the next morning. So
Yeah.
part of my vacation, I try to work out on vacation because I usually don't have time afterwards. So that's part of my vacations. That's how I decompress.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. I'm excited
Yeah,
to, take lots of pictures. It'll be fun. Hawaii's beautiful if
yeah,
you've
I'm
if you've
excited.
never
I've
been.
never
It's
been
so
there.
it's
I'm
stunning.
just
You'll love it.
not excited about the 10-hour flight, but
It's a little rough, not gonna lie.
yeah.
So tell me, Dr. Carlson, what would you say was your favorite part of our partnership? So what feature did you love most about our partnership?
So the communication, just the consistent communication, was really nice. Really appreciated that. And then just the fact that you did the interviewing process and vetted everybody before you even bothered me with presenting this person to me to see if they'd actually be a good fit. So that again took a lot off my plate, helped a ton, saved me a
Yeah.
lot of time.
Yeah. So would you say that Beyond Just You has exceeded your expectations in any way?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Like so much better than the standard recruiters out there. We had one recruiter hit us up that just like emailed us and they were like, "Hey, I have a candidate you might be interested in. It'll be $30,000 for us to give you her information." I was like, "That's ridiculous." My wife called and he's like, "So 30,000?" She's like, "$30,000 for us to potentially have a chance at a candidate? Is that what you're literally saying?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, you're ridiculous," and just hung up the phone. It's like that's insane.
Yeah, well,
We're not that desperate.
yeah. So would you say that you would recommend Beyond Just You to any other business owner?
Oh yeah, most definitely, and I do. Like when my other owner colleagues, I was messaging them the other night. She's like, "Who did you go with recruiter wise?" And I was like, "Beyond Just You. Like this is what they do. It's so easy. It's nice. It's give them some money, give them your ad. They take care of everything else for you. I love it.
Hey, we try to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah,
I try to be a fairy godmother over here.
it's
So
nice. And the fact that the fact that like you took the time, we talked for like an hour on the phone to figure out exactly what I was looking for is awesome. So I really appreciate that.
yeah, absolutely. So that pretty much concludes all my questions. Do you have anything else that you would want to add?
I don't think so. Other than like Beyond Just You has been amazing recruiter wise. I definitely like your business model and the way you do everything compared to all the other recruiters that I've ever dealt with out there. You guys saved me a ton of time, energy, money. I really appreciate you guys. I can't thank you enough. And I will definitely be recommending you guys to all my owner colleagues.